What is happening, everybody? MG here, MG Covers, bringing you a brand new sports handicapping video. Title of this video is Profiting from Alternate Run Lines in MLB. This is a super fascinating video. This is actually also a client testimonial as well. Before we dive into the video, as always, this is your first time watching one of my videos. Greatly appreciate you subscribing to the channel. If you want to follow me on Instagram, MGCovers, cover spelled with the Z. We've had a lot of new subscribers here in the last couple weeks. So if you're brand new, welcome. You get a ton of value simply by subscribing to the channel. Those of you that are already subscribing know this. Got football season coming up. You can expedite the learning curve tremendously simply by watching handicapping videos on football, NFL, as well as college football. All right, that being said, let's dive into this video here. Okay. A little bit of background. This is a client that's been with me about a year and a half, and there's going to be a point made about that. That's very important. I think it might even be close to 2 years, right at almost 2 years now. And this is something that and if you follow me on Instagram, I've posted a lot of his work and success. He likes to play alternate run lines or alternate lines in general. And so an alternate line is sometimes what the books offer. It seems as though in theory they wouldn't cash as much, but in reality, and you're going to see in this experiment, they actually do. And so this is important. We'll start off with this important concept. Most of the things in this business that you think there's no way that can work, a lot of times it does work. And also things that you think, oh, this is definitely going to work. For example, if you see the entire general public playing a team, you think, well, I should play that team too. Well, it's just the opposite. As regards, give an example, stat model building. Those of you have heard the story about basketball model. I got frustrated with the model years ago. And so I said, well, let me just run this model without any offensive stats. And I said to myself, this is probably not going to work. And of course, the rest is history. That's the same model I use to this day. So that doesn't sound right. But it's extremely profitable. So when you hear this client is going to create a model playing run lines of -2 and sometimes -3. Now you would think, well, there's no way that's going to work. Right. And, but again, going back to that premise, a lot of things that you think might not work sometimes do. So if you're watching this video, another good piece of advice here. If you've got something in your mind that you think, I wonder if this will work, man, I can't stress enough and give you like a lot of encouragement to test that concept out, because you never know, it might. And that is generally true in this business. Okay. He sent me this email. I knew he was working on this. He sent me some lines, so we're going to read it. Here's the final tally of my MLB alternate line experiment. He did a 20-game sample. He went 11 and 20, 55%. Listen to this, playing alternate lines of -2 or more on favorites. Now, this is baseball. So he's playing favorites -2. So in order to cash that wager, these favorites have to win by -3, right? Because if it falls on -2, it's a push. And he's playing underdogs at -1. That means the underdog has to win by 2. All right. Now, one important concept, he knows this. The statistical property of baseball is what? When teams win in baseball, they also win by 2 or more runs 70% of the time. So he's also using that statistical property as well. He talks about last year, he fell below 50% in total. Average odds laid were about -110. So my mind at 50%, losses were at 50% were going to happen, meaning baseball is very difficult. And if you play juice, well, you're going to lose a good portion of those. So why not just play dogs? I'll cover that in a second as well. All right. So this is what he did. His average odds, check this out, +165. His break-even percentage was 37%. 37%. So if he hits 40%, 42%, 45%, 46%, he's profitable. And in this test he did, he hit 55%. So perhaps in a bigger sample size, that number is going to regress back down to, I don't know, 45%. It would be extremely profitable even at 45%. And then, of course, his return, 8.73 units, 37% return. He had 4 pushes. Mixed argument on the one hand, they could be wins. On the other hand, juice could run -150 at -1.5. So personally, I'm indifferent to them. And what he means by that, now this is important too. Why do the books traditionally show you that -1.5 or +1.5? The books do not like pushes. So the books are in business to make money. So by offering that 1.5 line, they're guaranteed either to win or loss, right? So they like that. They do not like it where you can push. And if you can push on a wager, what does that mean for you, the sports handicapper? That gives you some leverage, right? Because it gives you another way to not lose. Okay. And then finally he goes, he talks about only 3 times did we get burned by the win, but not cover, meaning the team won, but they didn't cover that -2 or -1. And one was bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, 2 strikes, but that is life. Haha. Games in which we won, we did so handedly. Laying -3 or more is daunting, but super profitable, and we only need 38% break even. All right, so let's go over here and take a look at his wagers here, and I'll kind of break this down. And I couldn't get it to work in Excel. I'm on a different computer, so I just screenshot this. So he has the game listed here, the score, what he wagered, and the odds, and whether he won or lost. So the first one here, Dodgers. And I don't know if it shows the team. Now this one he just wagered, it was just straight up. So maybe he wagered the dog here, $25. The odds was +165. So he didn't play all alternate run lines, just where it made sense, right? Or where he could get even money. So this one, check this one out. Brewers, Dodgers. He played Dodgers -3. And they won 10-1. He cashes at +290. How about that? All right, I'm gonna skip these here, the regular ones, but let's look at this alternate line here. Boston, Baltimore. Okay, looks like he played a 1.5 here. They won, so maybe he was playing an underdog. That team wins 5-3, cashes at +190. This one here played Phillies. They must have been heavy favorites here. They win 4-1, played a -2 line, so they got to win by more than 2. So they got to win by 3, which they did. Got that one +114. I don't want to go through all these and bore you, but check this one out. Okay, this one was an underdog here, so I'm not sure if it was Cleveland or Seattle. It was an underdog. They win 4-3. Played them at -1. Look at what you get odds wise, +215. That's huge, right? And then finally, this one way down here. Check this one out. This was a alternate line. I'm guessing this was an underdog. He played at -1, meaning if he played them normally, like traditional line, it would have been, I don't know what that line would have been, maybe +150 for that team to win outright. So he played the underdog to win by more than 1. And they did here. They won 5-2, and he got +240. So very interesting concept. And this is the point I want to make with David, this client. Now, he's been with me a 1.5 years. Now, he didn't know. We never had this discussion when he joined, but I doubt very seriously he knew about margins, break-even points, any of that. So I get a lot of DMs from people, hey, I want to do this, but they don't have any foundation, or they might, hey, I want to build this complex model, blah, 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 but they have no idea how to calculate a margin, right? So I encourage you, again, I know I'm pitching my program here to join MGCovers. $49.95 gives you access to all my coaching videos, over 150 coaching videos. You get access to all my power rankings. That is important to have a foundation. If you just watch one video a day, you'll have watched 30 videos in 1 month, 60 videos in 2 months. You will get better at sports handicapping. Those of you that know this, I know that I'm going off on a tangent here. I'm taking Spanish. One of my biggest problems in the past 2 years, I use these apps. I was never really committed to learning Spanish. I wanted to reach fluency. I would get online. I would Google things like how to learn Spanish in 30 days. My problem was I had no foundation. I couldn't understand basic questions in Spanish. ¿Qué hiciste hoy? I had no idea what that meant. What are you doing today? So the problem was I had no foundation. So in the past 2 months, I've signed up for, I have a teacher that I study with for 1 hour every morning. My Spanish has gotten better 10 times exponentially because I'm committed to having a foundation. And so this is a great point. And it also shows like where you can go with this thing, because if you have a foundation in sports handicapping, you go off on this other expedition and you go in this other direction. I've said this before. There's some sharps out there. An untapped market right now is live betting. So you get a good foundation of sports handicapping. You understand margins, you understand lines, you understand break-even point, all that, and then go in this direction of incorporating that and trying to be profitable with live betting. So very important to have a foundation. Super proud of David. Also, another shout out to another client of mine. I talked to him today. His name is David also. He is not a client with me now, but was with me for a long time, doing his own thing, was extremely profitable in baseball. Baseball is very difficult to profit. And I can go ahead and tell you one final tip with regards to baseball. Underdogs is the way to play. There's so much variance in baseball, and you can see it here. You're going to lose games in baseball, crazy games. So it makes no sense to lay juice when you can play a dog. And if that dog loses, you're not going to pay any juice. But anyway, I know I went fast with this video, but wanted to get this out to you. If you want to join, get access to the coaching program as well as all my plays, that's $99 a month. And if you want to join for an entire year, that's the best value. It's like getting an associate's degree for $500. You get access to everything on the site. You get access to, everybody talks about building stat models. You get access to the old MLB model that I used to use. You get access to everything on that. Like you see the entire model. You get access to the entire soccer model from A to Z. So it's very difficult to build a model if you've never seen a model, right? So anyway, hope that helps. Got 3 new products we're going to launch here. I'm super slammed. Hopefully I can get those out in the next few days. Hopefully this video brought you some value. Give it a like. If you've got some questions about this way of wagering, maybe David can chime in the comments, or if you've got a question, post it and I'll see if I can answer it. Peace, good luck, and give those alternate run lines in Major League Baseball a look. Peace.